I don't think she always really wants to be on video. Maybe when she's doing work, right? Mm-hmm. And also a lot of people are camera shy. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Anyway, something really beautiful happened in August, on the 23rd of August. It's not the 23rd yet, or is it? But this is back in 2018. Alicia here gave birth to our second son. Here's the life on this beautiful mandarin orange tree. We've got lots of mandarin oranges trying to grow over here. But that's not why I'm talking to you today. It's August, and my second son has his birthday coming up. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but me and my wife have 2 children together. And our youngest was born this month, 4 years ago. Now, our first son was born 6 years ago. And this is a very beautiful month for that reason. And you guys, this is not a easy video for me or my wife to do. We're having really beautiful rains right now. So I don't know how much you guys can relate to, what would you call it? The feeling bittersweet? Okay. Now, when my wife gave birth to our second son, it was not an easy birth. Back then and still, she takes a lot of medication for anxiety. And you always have to weigh the pros and cons when you take any kind of medication when you're pregnant. You should avoid it. But sometimes the benefits outweigh the risks. And our first son was born just fine. The only problem was agitated when he was first born, which you don't want. But when we gave birth to our second son, August 2018, he wasn't doing too well. He needed support because of the medications that my wife was taking. So, where are our children today? Our 2 beautiful boys that we have. It'd be 4 almost and 6 today, for the older one being 6. And like I said, I'm not going to share videos or pictures. You know, I don't think, I mean, I still love our little boys, and I don't want YouTube to have pictures of them, obviously. So where are they today, and what happened? This isn't an easy video to do. The easy videos are building stuff. But you guys need to know the truth too. Life isn't all building stuff, is it? Sometimes it's tearing something down that's in the way. Okay? If I hadn't dug this ramp into the hill, this house would be like this, okay? And if I hadn't cut that tree down, my other trees would be dead. I've said it enough already. The system's broken. And when the system's broken, it tends to break people and their families. Had to come in from the rain. It's beautiful rain out there, but there's no way you can take a video in the rain very well, unless you're behind some kind of glass or something. But in August of 2018, my wife, what a beautiful day. Those of you who have not had children, it's an unexplainable experience. Anyway, what a beautiful night, what a beautiful day. I took my oldest son home. We went to bed, and I got a early phone call from my wife. Kind of a dramatic phone call. I didn't believe what she said was actually true. Sometimes people will call you up and be dramatic, and it can't be true what they say. But this is just what happens. It's the reality. She told me Child Protective Services came to take our newborn away and is coming for my son. Not going to go into all the details, but she was right. I came in with my son thinking, okay, let me explain everything. Everything will be fine. They already had their mind up of what to say and what to do. They just lie. Yeah, CPS, they just lie. For an example, the night before, when I had my oldest son in there with me, while my wife was giving birth, I had to change him. He was being potty trained, but they all need to be changed sometimes. It's obvious. I was going to go home and cook for him. I like to cook dinner. I don't really like takeout. But my wife insisted, oh, just get a sandwich because, hey, they got free food here. And this is what the CPS woman said in court, loudly and perfectly, without blinking an eye, by the way. He's not being fed or being changed. My first son. I don't need to go into details. It'd be obvious if he wasn't being changed or fed. If he's skinny like me and my wife, he probably takes after us both. Believe you me, they just lie, man. And so it is bittersweet. It's a beautiful memory and a horrible one, too. I came in there in the hospital with my son, and in the nursery where my youngest newborn was, a nurse invited him in for a treat, and I was ignorant and thought, okay, go on in with her. They did that to lure him away from me. And when the CPS woman came there was a guard in front of the door. I'm like, what was I going to do anyway? To make it worse, the CPS woman, I said, well, what have I done? You know, I mean, my wife was taking medication that she was prescribed. And what have I done? Why are you taking them away from us? Why do you have to be so extreme with everything? Everything has to be a hard answer with you guys. You know, rip things apart, chaos to, I mean, I think they believe in chaos more than they believe in letting things thrive. So, anyway, my second son was fine, thank God. But he really was affected badly by my wife's anxiety medications. So, he actually did have to stay in the hospital for like 2 weeks, I think. And, but yeah, there was no getting our children back at all. They give you a public defender, which are useless. All they do is, I mean, if you're convicted of something, they just give you a plea bargain, which has already been done by the prosecutor. I'll just call her what they are, as a persecutor, right? Because they don't care what the truth is. You're not a credible witness. The judge even had the niceness to say, hey, you're a good dad. I'm like, that's not what the CPS woman said. She said I was terrible because I couldn't prevent this from happening. I couldn't protect my poor little, do you think I'm already upset enough? They don't care about you. They just want to take, you know how much money they get out of adoption? A whole ton of it. Believe you me, we went to all hearings and stuff. They wanted to charge us $10,000 for a mental examination. I think I would have done fine. Hey, I've been in college. They give you a mental examination to get into college. I did okay. My wife's pretty smart too, but she has an anxiety disorder. Especially after a knock like this, you think she's going to be calm and be able to take a test like that? And they want us to foot the bill. So the only option at that point would be to have family adopt them. No takers. I don't come from wealth. every single possible way to get our children back was blocked. I could have sold everything I had, and then we would have had nothing to pay for what? A mental examination for both of us? And then we would have had nothing. So how are they going to give children to us when we have nothing? You know, if we're living on the street. I don't know what to say, you guys, except for the fact that I've known plenty of people that had this happen before me, so you got to keep your eyes on a swivel. They really want to take your children away. There's a lot of money in it. It's not about protecting children or you. Almighty dollar, right? Had to make this video, you guys. Let's just put it this way. When sadness becomes numbness, you know you're broken too. Anyway, sometimes the only way you can create justice is by preventing it from happening to another person. Always keep your eyes on the swivel. You'd be surprised how many times someone reported you. My wife's a little bit unhappy or something, and they see it and they report it and go, why would someone report that? That lady's upset. She must be on drugs. She must be evil. So thanks for calling the cops, everybody. That didn't get our children taken away, but that can happen to you if you get enough fake reports on you. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Go off grid, live in the mountains. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Montaña Wildcat.